So at this time, we're going to have our seniors come forward, and they're going to grab a chair, and then we're going to have our senior sermonettes. So I know they're all excited to do this. While they're getting ready, I just want to say, if you do not know who I am, my name is Jason. I'm the youth director here at Rehoboth, and I have the great privilege of being with these guys every week and just kind of talking to them, leading them, and just building that relationship with them. And it's a great group of seniors, and I'm really going to miss them next year. And you'll hear more about that later, but these guys are getting ready to rock and roll. So, other way. There you go. You're first, right? Okay. Yep, in order. It's, if you don't have to, you don't have to. I don't. Just sit down. We didn't practice this, so we're winging it. All right. Perfect. I love it. Okay, I think we're ready.
Hi, my name is Olivia Will. I go to McBain High School, and I've been coming to Rehoboth Youth Group for a couple years. I'm middle school youth leader, and I've gotten the opportunity to go on a mission trip to Rhode Island, and I hopefully will be able to go on the next one. There were a lot of Bible verses I could have chose from, but I chose Matthew 6:33 through 34, and it reads, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble as its own." And I chose this verse because I'm a worrier, and I worry about tomorrow. And this verse reminds me that God has got me, that he has a plan and he will follow through. Reminds me that when I am worried, I should just go to Jesus and give him my burdens and he will provide. It reminds me that the college I go to won't matter in his heaven or the certificate I get or how well I do on a test. All that matters is the kingdom of the Lord. It is hard to remember sometimes when events start happening, like graduating high school, and everyone wants to know what you're going to do afterwards. I like to come back to this verse and remember to seek his kingdom and follow his plan and not mine. And lastly, I wanted to say thank you to the amazing leaders we have, because you have helped me grow in my faith.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bailey Eisenga, and I'm graduating from Lake City High School this year. And my favorite verse this year has been Proverbs 3:5-6. And it reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight." So I've tried to apply this my senior year as I am finishing up school. I wanted to work on focusing on God when I didn't need a favor from him. And I also wanted to focus on letting him show me my path. It helped me not to stress as much this year. I have been able to figure out my next steps in life with the support of him and everyone. I have tried to control so many aspects of my life that I know I can't, and I have learned to put my worries in God and let him control my life because he has a plan for me and my future. I need to learn that my path will show better to me when I trust in him. This has made for a great senior year with great memories. I would also like to thank everyone who supports our youth group for us to be able to go on amazing mission trips and have an awesome youth group. These have been some of my favorite experiences. We have met such wonderful people on these trips that help us grow closer to God. I can't wait to continue to have more this summer too. So thank you to everyone who has prayed for us and helped us financially. We wouldn't be able to have these without you.
Hello, I'm Idaline Helsel. My Bible verse is, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you." Psalm 56, verse 3. I keep this verse close to my heart because it is a reminder that God has a plan for me and that I can put all my trust in him. I graduated high school a semester early in January and just finished my first semester at Mid-Michigan College this last Friday. This fall, I plan to continue my education at Mid-Michigan College to gain prerequisites before transferring to Grand Valley to pursue a degree in advertising and public relations. With that, I plan to work somewhere as a social media marketer. The dream would be to work for the Detroit Lions social media team. I get that from my dad. I was able to graduate a semester early because of the virtual schooling program through Lake City. I did 9 classes in the fall instead of 7 so I could finish my high school. I believe God gave me that opportunity so I could get an early start to my future, and I'm already seeing so many opportunities and blessings through this. I would like to take a minute to thank a few of the many people who have impacted my life here at Rehoboth, starting with Pam Smulligan and Jennifer Skierbeck for sparking my love for worship way back in Sunday school, Becky Cotter for being a great mentor during her time as my youth leader in middle school, Jason Skolton for all of the times he opened his doors to support me. I remember one time, Isabel and Aaron and I were doing school in the youth room, and Jason came in screaming and shooting us with Nerf guns. And I'm sure that doesn't surprise very many of you, but it definitely scared us at the time. So thank you, Jason, for that memory, among many others. Growing up, I lived next door to a wonderful lady named Kathy Lee. She was a valued member of this church, and she was very important to my family and I. And she made a huge impact on my relationship with God. A few years ago, she passed away, and shortly after, another Kathy walked into my life. I know God gave me an angel to watch over me in heaven with Kathy Lee, and an angel to watch over me on earth with Kathy Vanna. Thank you, Pastor Kathy, because she loves when I call her that, for all of the support and advice you have given to me when I needed it the most. You have been such a blessing to my life, and I am so grateful to have you. Thank you, Isabel, for motivating me to do my school and for all the jam sessions to worship music in the car. And Aaron, thank you for reminding me to take many intermissions during schoolwork because it helps you focus. I will continue to use your tactic throughout college. I thank God every day for our time during virtual schooling, and I would not be where I am without your guys' support. Thank you, Mom, for being the example of how a Christian woman should live her life. You have taught me grace and compassion. I want to be like you when I grow up. Thank you, Dad, for teaching me my work ethic. I have gone and continue to go so many places with the skills you have taught me. The support I have received from my entire family is something I will forever be grateful for. And I say all of this so that you continue to invest time in the youth because you have made such a difference in my life. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone here who has invested time into me and my relationship with God.
Good morning. My name is Caden Abrahamson. I'll be graduating from McBain Public School on May 24th. This fall, I'll be attending Ferry State University. I've been accepted into the College of Engineering for the HVAC program. The verse I've chosen is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. When you become a sophomore or junior in high school, people begin to ask you what your plans are after high school. Like me, most kids have no idea what they want to do after graduation when they're only 15 or 16. You start to feel pressure to make decisions about your future when all you want to do is have fun with your friends. Time begins moving faster and faster, and the questions about what comes next comes more often. Through all the decision-making and questions about the future, it has been very important to me to realize that no matter what happens, what anxiety I'm feeling, or what questions I have, the Lord has a plan for me. His plan is better than any plan I can imagine or come up with for myself. My hope is in the Lord, and with Him in my life, I can get through whatever my future holds. I want to thank everyone for their support throughout my school years. I've been blessed to be able to go on a number of mission trips and retreats thanks to the many people who have supported the youth group. I want to thank Jason, Brent, Jack, and all of the other leaders for all they've done for me, and all of the other guys as well. They have been a big part in all of our lives in making us who we are today and helping us through many things. From messing around a small group to having long, deep talks late at night on our teacher mission trips, every leader has helped us in more than one way. They have also been very patient with us when we were sneaking out to go sledding at 2 a.m. and not getting back until 3. Jason always told us to tell the staff we'd from Prosper if we ever got caught. I appreciate all who have watched me play basketball and baseball, all who have given me words of encouragement, and all who have prayed for me. Thank you.
Hello and good morning. My name is Trey Boven and I'm a senior at McBain Public School this year. For those of you who don't know me, I love to be outside fishing, hunting, and playing sports whenever I'm not busy with school. After high school, I'll be continuing my education at Mid-Michigan College in Mount Pleasant. I'll be playing baseball along with starting out my journey to become a marine biologist. When Jason asked us for our favorite Bible verse, I knew exactly what one I was going to choose. And that's Ephesians 5, verse 1 through 2, and it says, "Follow God's example, therefore, as dearly loved children, and walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. This verse, I feel, is more than just a suggestion. It's an invitation to embody the very essence of what it means to be a follower of Christ. This passage challenges us to consider the depth of God's love for us, a love so great that it was embodied in the life and sacrifice of Jesus. We're encouraged to not just admire this love, but to actively participate in it by loving others. When we attempt to imitate God's love, we're not just following the rules. We're engaging in a way of life that can deeply influence those around us. It's about the giving of ourselves without looking for the pat on the back, understanding others' struggles, and being a comforting presence. This kind of love goes beyond words. It's seen in our daily actions and interactions. It's really about those everyday moments where we choose to be patient, to forgive, to help, and to encourage, even when it's tough. It's about making love a priority in all our relationships and interactions. In doing so, we light up the path for others to follow, creating a chain reaction of goodwill and compassion that can make a real difference in the world. Walking in love, as Jesus did, is our way to honor God's greatest commandment and to leave a mark of positivity and hope in the lives of those we touch. Now, there are 5 ways that myself and all of you can practice implementing loving others into our lives, even when it's not easy. We can practice empathy. Try to understand their perspective and what may be causing their difficult behavior. Second one is responding with kindness. Instead of reacting negatively, respond with kindness and patience. Third one is setting boundaries, and it's important to establish healthy boundaries to protect yourself, but still show love and respect. Fourth one is offering forgiveness. Forgiving others, even when it's difficult, can help release anger and resentment. And lastly, you can pray for them. Praying for difficult people can help soften your heart and bring out positive change. One more thing we all should remember is that showing love to difficult people doesn't mean condoning their behavior, but rather responding with grace and compassion. Thank you all for coming today to support our youth group, and I want to thank every one of you for the continuous support throughout the years. Thank you, and God bless.
My name is Brett Bentham. I will be graduating from McBain High School this year. My future plans are I'm going to Ohio to Owens Community College to pursue a John Deere Ag Tech certificate. My favorite verse is Isaiah 43, verse 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned. The flames shall not consume you. This verse has very deep meaning for me. It has brought me peace in hard times as well as encouraged me in the good. While reading this verse for the first time, I didn't quite understand what it meant. Once I had read it a few times, over and over, I finally figured it out. In times of light, we feel God's presence, we worship Him and praise Him with no doubt. On the other hand, in the dark times, we tend to push God away and try and figure stuff out on our own. Reading this verse has made me realize we don't want to push God away in the dark times because He's still there with us, helping us on our journeys. No matter what, He's watching out for us. This youth group has been an amazing experience for me. I was welcomed in off the bat and felt like I was a part of the Rehoboth Church family. Thanks to my leaders connected with me on a personal level. They wanted to see the best for us kids, no matter what, and they helped us find paths that God has opened for us. They pushed us to pursue a better relationship with God and friendships that will last a lifetime through this youth group, and for that I will forever be grateful. I have been blessed to see not only my relationship with God grow, but with others as well, and I guess that's just really cool for me to see. So thanks to all the leaders, especially Brent, my grandpa Jack, and Jason. They really connected with us on mission trips when we went out to Woonsocket and also in Loveland. They just pushed us the whole time we were there, and there may have been some hard times with a couple people, but that's what made it interesting. So thank you.
My name is Carson Murphy. First, I want to thank our leaders, Jason, Mark, Jack, Brent, You guys have been awesome, like challenging us and leading us in our walk with the Lord. You guys did a great job. My favorite verse is Psalm 27, 1 and 2. It says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When evildoers assail me to eat up my flesh, my adversaries and foes, it is they who stumble and fall." This verse reminds me that no matter what happens or what I'm doing, God is with me and giving me strength and the power to do what I need to do. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cassie Sycamore, and I'm a senior at McBain. First off, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of the youth leaders that have made a huge impact in my life. Your dedication that you have to God and helping us all grow our faith and learn more about God is truly amazing and something I will keep close to my heart. I would also like to say a thank you to the congregation for your endless support on mission trips and always keeping us in your prayers. One of the things Jason wanted us to talk about was our favorite memory, and after pondering over that question for some time, I couldn't decide if it was meeting at Jason's house for Bible study in the summer or in Boston when Jason kept running red lights and expecting us to follow him. Throughout all these memories that were created with some of my closest friends and people I've met along the way, I don't think I could ever just pick one favorite memory because they all have been so amazing. And I have truly been blessed to be a part of such an amazing youth group. My favorite Bible verse is Psalms 37. "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall. The Lord upholds him with his hand." This is one of my favorite Bible verses because it's a reminder that if you put your faith in God and walk with him, that even on the hard days, he will always be right there no matter what.
Hi, my name is Kate Craig. I'll be graduating from McBain High School. My favorite verse is Matthew 5, verse 16. It says, "In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." This has been one of my favorite verses for a super long time, and it especially stood out to me when I was going through some struggles and hardships my freshman and sophomore year. And this was a verse that I always stood for. I wanted other people around me to see a light in me for Jesus. The summer after my sophomore year, Jason invited me to go on the Colorado mission trip with the youth group, and it was with a bunch of people that I'd never really met before, so I was super duper nervous. But I ended up going, and I'd never felt such a love from others. The Colorado mission trip truly changed my life. It brought me closer to Jesus and helped me make some of my strongest friendships. I couldn't be more thankful for that. It was such an amazing experience that I don't think I'd be able to experience in any other place. After this mission trip, I decided to transfer schools, and Matthew 5, verse 16 was a verse that just continued to stick with me. I wanted to show others the same love that was shown to me on the Colorado mission trip. I'm so extremely grateful for the impact of youth group and what it's done for my life, for the connections I've made with my leaders and the deepening connections I continue to make with my Christ-loving friends. I couldn't ask for a better environment to strengthen my relationship with the Lord.
Hi, my name's Reckon Cotter, and I'm very nervous. So when Jason told us we're going to share our favorite Bible verses for Senior Sunday, I was a little stressed out, and ironically, that's exactly what I chose to share about. I've shared this verse once after our mission trip to Rhode Island, but it's been so impactful on my life that I chose to share it again. It's Romans 8:28, and it says, "And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." To me, this verse is a reminder that everything happens for a reason, and that God has called me for his purpose, and he will work everything out in his perfect timing. The next part is kind of deep, but I wanted to share it because I think it might help someone. So I've learned that When life is tough and I feel like I'm drowning in my struggles, instead of trying to fight my way out on my own, I've learned to rely on God's strength alone. Instead of trying to rush through the difficult seasons of life, I've learned that maybe God is trying to teach me something through my struggles. Maybe he is using my time for his good. So instead of trying to get past hard times, I look at these times as opportunities to grow my faith and trust in the Lord even more. I have become so thankful for every season of life because I know that in the waiting, God is working. I've begun to appreciate my struggles because I know that God is using my pain for his purpose, and maybe someday I can help someone else. I would have never said this in the moment, but looking back, I'm so thankful for the struggles I've been through because they have completely changed my perspective on life. I've learned to view difficulties with gratitude instead of self-pity, and I have learned to be thankful for the hardships because they're shaping me into the individual God has created, redeemed, gifted, and called me to be. Romans 8:28 has been such a beautiful reminder through many seasons of life. So, like the past couple years, I went through a really confusing season where I was trying to control everything in my life, and I worried about literally everything. I tried to deal with everyone's problems and my own all at the same time. Everything made me anxious, and I needed to know every detail of every day. Otherwise, I was immediately stressed out. I woke up stressed about everything, and I was trying to control each and every day so bad that it made me sick. It wasn't until I fully learned how to surrender to God and give God control of my life that I was able to finally experience his peace. I have learned to let go and let God and stop trying to control everything because God has a beautiful plan for my life and nothing that I can do can change this. Throughout the past few years, I have been forced to let go of trying to control my future and my circumstances, and has given me the opportunity to fully surrender my life to Jesus and rely on his grace alone to make it through. I'm so thankful that my faith has grown the past few years as I've realized that God will ultimately work everything out for his good and even better than I expected. I have realized that each and every time the Lord will provide. He always does. The past few years have taught me how to have joy in the journey because God does not waste a single moment of our lives. Through our pain, through our heartbreak, through our loss, he has a way of making everything work together even when we don't understand how it can be possible. Overall, I've learned that worrying is completely pointless because God will provide in every situation, and he has done it before and he will do it again. He will show me his plan for my life in his perfect timing. Although God might not always give us what we want, he gives us what we need. If we put our hope in him, we can have a confident expectation that he will show up right when we need him and provide everything we need. He is in control and he is fighting all our battles. Romans 8:28 gives me hope in that whatever I'm going through, I know that God is going to give me the strength to get through it. He is going to give me guidance and direction, and the only thing I have to do is trust him. Even when everything doesn't make sense, there is no need to worry because the Waymaker is going to make a way.
Can we just give it up one more time for these great seniors? So as I said, I'm the youth director here, and I get to hang out with these guys quite a bit. And I'll be honest with you, I'm really going to miss these guys. I tell a lot of people that this group, ever since I've known them, has always been a go-to group. If you want something done, you go to these guys, and you're like, hey, I need this done. And they're like, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And they've always taken care of it. They got strong leadership that I've never seen in such young people. And I just know that when they head off to college or to the workforce or where they're going to go, they're going to bring that with them. And I just am super excited to see what the future has to hold for you guys, just because you guys are just amazing and just so strong in your faith. And I know that you're going to be able to lead others to Christ because of who you are and because who Christ has made you to be. So I just want to say I wish nothing but the best for you guys. I love you guys. And I was trying not to cry because you know how I like to cry. But I just know that you guys are going to do great things.
Good morning. I'm Roxanne. I have been able to be these young women and men's youth leader for the last couple years. When Patty isn't here, who is normally the seniors youth leader, I get to fill in. So I'm just going to say a few words to you guys. First off, I just want to say thank you for bringing these youth to us, because they truly, like Jason said, are wonderful, wonderful kids. And it's been a pleasure to be part of watching them grow in their faith. And again, like Jason said, they are definitely leaders, and they are awesome to watch, to go out to retreats and mission trips and just show their love for God and bring it into other people's lives. It's absolutely beautiful to see. On a personal note to the girls, I was gonna go tell each of all the awesomeness and the sweet things about you all individually, and just say what it's been a blessing to watch you ladies grow into wonderful, beautiful women. Or I was also gonna talk about the first mission trip when Jason asked me to go, and I was like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but it was definitely an incredible experience to watch. But I knew if I started kind of going into those details, I might get a little teary-eyed and like, Jason, I don't want to cry. So instead, I'm going to leave you with this message. Know that you're going to have so many great things happen in the next chapter of your life, but you're also going to have uncertainties and challenges. Know God has big plans for you. Also know that as you go into adulthood, know that you are imperfect and you will fail. You won't be the perfect student/employee, the perfect friend, the perfect girlfriend, wife, the perfect daughter, or the perfect Christian. But that is okay, because we weren't created to be perfect. But Jesus was, and he is. Trust and lean on him. Promise I did not try to copy Bailey, but I literally had this already wrote down. Proverbs 3, verse 5 through 6 states, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. And Joshua 1, verse 9 says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. The Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Lastly, know that I am incredibly proud of you girls. And I want you to know that even though I'm your youth group leader, you guys have helped me grow my walk of faith. And so I want to wish you best of luck with everything.
My name is Brent Eisenga. I've been leader for quite a while now. And funny story, Jason keeps asking me every year if I'm going to keep coming back. And yep. So, which, I look back at the time and just memories, so many memories from, just youth groups, mission trips, to just hanging out with people, going golfing with these guys, sitting in the hot tub with these guys, hitting up McDonald's like midnight with these guys. I mean, memories. Even calling Caden at 9 o'clock at night saying, hey, we're burning an ice fishing shanty. You want to come out? And he was there. And so just so many good times. But what stands out to me the most with this group of kids, every single one of them, is acceptance. They're willing to accept anybody and just give them love, like Trey was saying. Just accept them and give them love. And, I often wonder, why do these kids like me, But it's because they got Jesus in their hearts, and they're just accepting, and it's an amazing thing. And as they go on, I hope and pray it continues, because you guys are, you're going to be the light shiners and world changers. So, yeah, best of luck in the future, and we're always there for you. So.
So Patty couldn't be here. Patty is also the senior girls small group leader. She couldn't be here today due to a funeral down in Brazil. So, but she did send me a text wanting to let you guys know that what an honor and joy it has been spending Sunday evening with all of you over the past few years. I have no doubt that you will do great things in this world. However, you will have many challenges ahead of you as you enter into the new chapter of your life, even challenging your faith, but I am confident that you will stand strong as I have seen your faith grow over the years. You are kind, caring, compassionate, and fun. Keep laughing, loving others, and taking time to pray. Feel free to call, text, or stop by anytime. I love you all. Best of wishes for your future. And that's from Patty. So, thank you. Jack.